everybody. Welcome to TRL Friday podcast. I'm TJ. That's Angela.
Hello.
There she is. Let's get down to business.
Yeah, we're not... This time we're, not in bed, but we are reclined, so... And I'm very tired.
We're staring at the screen that shows our voices, which always leads to a very bad podcast when we just stared at it.
Really?
Yeah, because we're just staring at the little thing you go up and down and not thinking about how we actually have to talk about subjects.
Yeah.
Topics, if you will. I
I've
guess
had
not
a
really
long
subjects.
week. A lot's been going on. I don't know if we can cover it all. I'm going to start with I'm going to start with a real recap before I forget, because I always forget. Last week, very happy with the voter turnout. The theme was cheating because of Beyonce's Lemonade. And for some people said it was the toughest thing they ever had to vote on, which, we get some of that a lot, but this really felt tough for people. But
I disagree with everyone there. There have been better matchups. It's cool that happened to you.
It's an individual thing. It's personal.
It's fine, but
let's have a nice tone to all of our voters, and I think we should respect that everyone feels differently, and that's the whole point. So I'm respectful. This was hard for some people, but Shaggy pulled through 30 to Nelly and Kelly Rowland's 27. So it was you, Shaggy. You did win. I just
thought, I don't know. Maybe I just didn't remember when everyone loved that Nelly and Kelly Rowland song.
Maybe you weren't into the radio at that point.
I know all the words to that song. I listen all the time. It was a big hit. I just compared to other songs. I just don't remember everyone being everyone was riding so hard for that song. I'm just surprised. That's all. That's why I was so confused when I was like, I don't know what to pick. I'm just like,
it's a beautiful song, but it has that XL thing. I think that pulled a lot of people in.
Yeah, I guess so.
Apparently someone posted Kelly Rowland addressed it once. It's just a little thing, but you just said, I don't know how this happened.
I was about to say, Kelly Rowland would definitely have absolutely... Roland or Rollin?
It's spelled like Roland. I think it's Roland. I don't know why it'd be
That is R-O-W.
Yeah, like Roland. Henry Rollins is R-O-L-L-I-N-S.
Well, yeah. Why isn't it Rollins? Because Rolling Stone. I don't know. Words.
R-O-W in English is like row, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like Rollins is I feel like that's R-A-W-L-I-N. Is that a name?
Yeah, I get it.
But I might be wrong. I don't know how she pronounces it.
Yeah, especially, when it comes to names, you can't really try to big time and tell people that they're dumb for pronouncing a certain way because names are so silly to begin with. But I feel like she probably for the rest of her career, because she's never really got big enough for everyone to learn how to properly say it. People still say Ray Liotta's name wrong, and
how do you say it?
People say Ray Liotta.
Oh, I thought you were telling me Ray Liotta is wrong.
No, but there are other names of really famous people you can't get their name right.
There are plenty of names I say wrong.
And it's not even foreign names. It's just American names we just don't say right.
Yeah. I still say Beyonce. And everyone says it another way.
What?
I made a Beyonce joke. Get it?
Terrible.
That was a good joke. Someone's laughing. Speaking of which...
They're laughing now because the joke didn't make any sense.
No, smart people got it if they heard it. Let's roll that theme song.
TRLF 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 TRLF.
That was a great theme song, and I love it. Very, very quick transition into the theme song.
I just wanted to get into it. Surprise people when it's coming, so you don't know. Sometimes that happens on TV shows. It's the opening, and all of a sudden cuts, and you're like, "Oh man, I didn't see that coming." And that's really, good and bad.
Explores the spectrum of
Thank you,
entertainment.
Ryan, for that. Yeah.
Ryan, great job on that theme song, by the way. We love it.
It gets better every week. Okay.
That was a lot of dead time.
Yeah, I was thinking about. I have a lot of things I wanted to talk about before we talk about this week. I'm just gonna go right into Aaron Carter. Sorry, Hillary, but I don't think you listened to this. A lot has happened with Aaron Carter this week. Biggest is that he announced he's no longer endorsing Donald Trump. So his presidential endorsement.
Did he say why?
He didn't say why. He said it was for himself, not for the fans.
Yeah.
He made the decision. He didn't do it from the pressure.
I don't like the move. If you're gonna, first of all, Aaron Carter doesn't matter.
Of course he doesn't matter.
But if he's gonna make a big hubbub and everyone, I am no longer voting for this person. Okay, cool. That's not really relevant, but maybe you'll say why, and then it'll be interesting. I'm not gonna tell you why. Come on.
I mean, he's up for sale, basically. You know,
It's only
Hillary could jump in and get that endorsement.
Voting, especially when it comes to voting, especially like voting for Donald Trump. The reason behind it is more interesting than the act itself.
Oh my god, I'm glad I screenshotted that weird thing I wanted to talk about because he's already deleted it. He also then today posted this weird picture of himself, and it's like very bad graphics, and he's like in a desert and on fire in the sky.
He's a genie.
Oh, I see.
Coming
You're
out
right.
of a
little
lamp. Why are those things called lamps?
Yeah, maybe they are lamps. Like maybe you attach something to them and it burns the oil.
I don't understand.
Like you would put a little like glass thing above this and you burn oil.
Like a little pilot light. I don't know.
I do not get fire and how that works very well, and how lamps work and how pipes work.
Why are lamps always so equated with like education? Like on a lot of like.
Because if you had a lamp, you could stay up and read.
No, that's not it. It's definitely not it. I don't know.
I think.
But like, don't you know what I mean though? It's like it's a common like. Not icon, it's a common imagery used, and especially in like educational emblems and like crests.
Well, light is like
seals.
knowledge, right? Like, oh, the light came to me.
It's the difference between an emblem, a crest, and a seal.
I don't fucking know.
Well, a seal I think is used for like that was when
emblem
you put
could
the
also
hot
be
wax
like the
and you put your seal, so it would seal
what I was
it.
saying emblem was. Well, what was the other one?
Crest.
Crest. I don't know, man.
These are all interesting questions to
Well,
ponder.
anyway, so Aaron Carter's a genie in this picture, and
you gotta rub him the right way.
His caption was, "The fire burns. Hashtag fool's gold. Scorns love. Sonically delivered through my music. Hashtag love." So stupid. But the funny thing is, maybe I've talked about this before, but Hillary recently was stalking herself on Instagram and went back to a picture, like an old selfie.
Now, real quick, just for those who are getting kind of confused, Angel does not know Hillary Clinton. We are talking about presidential case.
I'm not talking.
We are talking about presidential candidate Donald Trump, and we're jumping to a Hillary. But this Hillary is a friend of ours who's not running for president.
I do know Hillary Clinton, but the story's not about her. So,
that's hearsay.
Do you know what that word means?
It means just chatter. There's no proof.
That's not quite the legal definition. But
we're not in a damn court of law.
Yeah, but I'm a lawyer. So Hillary was stalking herself on Instagram, found an old selfie, clicked on it, and the bottom comment was Aaron Carter saying, "Oh, what did he say?" He said something like, "I'm a mess?" ? Well, personally, I think you're very beautiful. And she realized that she had commented on a picture he posted, like, "You're a damn mess." And he went to her, and instead of just like insulting her, he called her beautiful. He's like, "I'm gonna be the bigger guy here, and you're beautiful." He hit on her, and she didn't notice. She didn't get that notification at the time. Anyway, she hates Aaron Carter, so it made her really mad.
If given the chance, do you think the average girl would hook up with Aaron Carter? Just cause? Isn't there a picture come out with him recently and he looked real weird?
Well, he's very weird looking, but there's all these accusations that he hooks up with underage girls all the time, so it's kind of creepy. Like, knowing, like, this girl, like, yeah, she was, like, 15, and everyone knew, and he was like, "That's fine."
Unless the girls themselves are coming out and saying it.
They are.
Okay, well, in that case, that probably went down. I thought it was just people on the internet being like, he commented on this girl's post, she's only 15 years old, she's banging
there's, like,
girls.
whole stories with him taking them to motels, and there's, like, descriptions of the whole parties.
If it's the girls, I believe it. If it's people just saying it, then no.
No, yes, that's what I'm saying.
You say the stories he's going with girls. No, it's like...
I'm saying, like, the girls describe the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like
why do guys bang underage girls? It's so just like, especially nowadays, especially if you're Aaron Carter and you're just gonna hook up with some girl who has a pretty picture on Instagram, judging the girl harshly, not for banging Aaron Carter, although I feel like I could judge her for that too, but just if you're the kind of girl who's gonna flirt with a random celebrity on Instagram, you're the kind of girl who's gonna immediately tell the world that you banged that celebrity you met from Instagram.
Exactly.
Boom.
That's how y'all know I didn't bang Lou Bega. Would have told everyone.
That's true.
I think it's Father's Day in Germany this week because today he tweeted a picture of his wife and daughter, and he was like, "Happy Father's Day."
Father's Day. This is stupid, and I know it's like a bullshit. All those days are bullshit, but I guess it makes sense. It's not international. I just never thought about it.
Okay, here's another thing. Aaron Carter tweeted this picture with a weird pose by a car this week, but Hillary pointed out the license plate. It says Bob Smith.
Is Hillary obsessed with him?
She hates him. I keep tagging her in his pictures. It's really me.
Oh. It's a weird pose.
Yeah, and it's weird that his license plate says Bob Smith. I wish I could get Aaron Carter.
So much of our so much of our podcast devolves into just you showing me pictures on your phone of things.
Yeah, well...
And I agree with them usually,
well, if
but
y'all
sorry
want to see the
viewer.
pictures, you can be like, hey, next week I want to come in person and record. To be fair, Santana this week I think did want to. He asked if I wanted to watch Eve's Bayou tonight, and then we were going to do the podcast, but I couldn't watch Eve's Bayou tonight, so we couldn't do the podcast or whatever.
What word are you saying?
Eve's
there?
Bayou, like, is that like B-A-Y-O-U?
Eve's?
Eve's.
As in a bayou that has belonged to
Yeah,
Bayou.
I think me and Santana drunkenly gave you the description of this last week.
I believe that. That sounds right. I thought you were saying Eve's by you. Like it sounded like maybe it was like either like a sexy adult lingerie store that's like crowdfunded or something.
I'm thinking that you
like
haven't seen that movie.
I definitely haven't seen that movie.
I used to put it on UPN.
Sounds like a UPN movie.
Yeah.
Is Eve in it?
No.
Oh.
It's a really good movie. Well, I haven't seen Cells
Can
Little,
you
so
own
I'd
a
like to know.
bayou?
It's just like I don't know, man. I forget why it's called that. Okay, well, I gotta
I
rewatch
got all
it to
these
find
questions
out.
and I'm very
Well, maybe you
inquisitive.
can watch the movie with us, and then you can be like, oh.
Speaking of movies, we watched Teen Witch last night.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Movie was ridiculous.
Apparently, it was like in the 90s Disney Channel or ABC Family ABC Family, and I'm not calling it Freeform.
It's a
got
terrible
the rights
channel name.
to it
Just
for
absolutely terrible
their
channel name.
17 days of Halloween, and like frequently in the 90s they would like show it every year, so a lot of people saw it that way. I mean, it's just like movies right up my alley. I recorded from TV the Sabrina the Teenage Witch movie, which was predated the show, but starred Melissa Joan Hart and Ryan Reynolds as the love interest. But I watched it over and over again. So this movie's up my alley. It was different.
I think this is gonna get some meta podcast commentary. I think it's interesting. When I try to do this, I don't have the conversation with you, but I think you're really good at discussing. You talk to the listener more frequently than I do. It's interesting. Like the little spiel you went on was not intended for me. You were telling the listener.
Well, yeah, because I had this
thing.
conversation with you last night.
Well, yeah, I guess it's just interesting. It's interesting our styles of how we podcast.
Also, you listen to more podcasts than me, so you should know better. Maybe I should follow you.
I don't know.
I just want to tell me when there's a new Wingnuts.
No, there hasn't been a new Back to the Island. Craig, we need to do something. They haven't.
I gotta maybe get back to the island. I mean, because they've harassed them every day.
Yeah, I mean it's only gonna get worse now that they're gonna be on different time zones now. Oh God.
Why?
Because Chris is moving to California.
What?
You didn't know that? When he said that at the show.
Well, no, but I think that's where Casey Lee lives, so it's good news for Wingnuts.
It's more likely for Wingnuts, but Back to the Island is probably they're never gonna finish doing all the lost episodes.
I think the time zone thing isn't that big of a deal because no offense, neither of them have 9-to-5 jobs. Well, maybe they do sometimes, but like it's not like they operate on their normal schedule where they have to like gotta be in bed by 11.
Well, no, but like I think it would just be really weird. It would be hard for me to like. Cause I'm sure it takes them about an hour at least to like sit and record it. That like you have to do sit for an hour sometime, but then the person you're with is either 3 hours before you listening has to do something for an hour or 3 hours after you. Yeah. So like I'll do this from 7 to 8. That's not a big deal. Well, then Chris in California has to do it from 4 to 5. That's a weird time to do it.
If you want to make something work, you can make it work. That's what I said.
True.
Well, we're getting a little far into stuff that people aren't going to understand.
People get time zones.
Teen Witch. Do they? Okay, Teen Witch. One, it featured my favorite actress, who is the little woman who I only found out yesterday is an actual little person. She's dead.
For your favorite actress, you don't know much, like, anything about this woman. You didn't know she was in this movie. Didn't know she was a little person.
I don't like to find everything out about my favorite people sometimes.
Okay, that's the craziest thing you'd say, because you stalk celebrity babies. You suck the babies that celebrities make.
Okay, but she's my favorite in a funny way because like she's the only impression I can do from Poltergeist.
This picture.
And I'm not doing it because TJ makes fun of it. But if you ever in person, you can ask me like to do the impression, and I can only do one, so I don't know what you mean.
Carol Ann.
Yeah, she says Carol.
Carol Ann. It's something like that. Well, because
there's
some rasp to it.
Because once you made fun of me, now I can't do it in front of you anymore.
You lost it.
Carol Ann. Oh, I can't do it.
You lost
right.
it. It just sounds like your voice. It's kind of adorable.
Okay. Well, it's the best I can do. An impression doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not a professional, but anyways, she is in that movie Teen Witch. She's like the witch mentor. one thing interesting I found on her wiki yesterday was that she was one of the earliest HIV/AIDS activists. She had a friend who died, and like in '82, she was like marching and for like HIV rights and stuff. It was like, very early on. So, and then she wrote. Oh, one of the quotes from her is like really, really good though. And she said something like, damn, I'll have to find it. But anyway, I forget her name. But Teen Witch was a silly movie, but there was sex in it, which made it different than some of the other kind of teen things. It had this rap scene. We had a few times these trio of white guys rapped, and it was very bad. And there was one that was bad, and I read online that maybe the character from Arrested Development, that actress, and the guy from Fun did a parody of it. So I bring up the parody. It's not a fucking parody. It's the exact same thing. So it wasn't funny. They just like reenacted the scene, like kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know.
It really. Wow, Drew home?
Oh yeah.
Drew's it really home. Did bug me. Hey Drew.
Hey,
Corner
Drew.
podcast.
He can't hear us. Hey Drew. What did he say?
I think somebody said he just came back from banging somebody.
Did Bane play in Baltimore tonight?
Oh, he went to that show?
He couldn't because he's here.
He moshed so hard.
Drew moshed a lot last night, apparently.
He fell though, they said
he fell. We're trying to... If anyone can find video footage of that, please let us know.
With what little information we just gave you, find us footage of our roommate who fell at a concert yesterday.
Yeah.
Angela, I just discovered a new possible brunch spot.
Oh, don't tell the listeners, they'll beat us. No, I'm kidding. What's it called?
It's called Irish Whiskey Public House.
What the fuck? Where's that?
Once you mean it's like down by fucking DuPont. Drew, you ever heard of Irish Whiskey Public House? Sounds like a bar.
Like I know Public House.
Yeah, Public House I feel like it's a common name for
well, but that's just like a name for a bar, is a public house.
But
like,
there's like bars. Like
Boundary Stone calls itself.
No, but there's like a bar here called There's one in Boston called Public House.
This place officially, well, I mean, it's like a DuPont. I'm on their Instagram now, and what caught my eye is they have an advertisement for brunch from April 20th, and it says Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays and Sundays, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now, here we go. I thought I misread it. It seems to say $1 bottles of champagne with $10 food purchase.
I'm in on that plan.
As a deal. Oh, my
Good
stars.
night, Drew. When do you go to Philly?
What?
When do you go to Philadelphia?
Some point in the day tomorrow.
Have a good trip.
But it talks about this also. There's more Irish Whiskey DC. Then it says you have to make reservations. I'm very confused.
We can make reservations, but we don't need to go. Well, I don't think we should pregame Mother's Day dinner. Was that everything I wanted to cover? Cause like I feel like it's been a while. I feel like it's been a while, and we haven't even gotten to this week's theme, which is okay. Let's see. I'm gonna check.
We'll get there.
It's only been 17 minutes, so that's kind of a long time, but I hope Laura listens to this. She says she has to catch up. Hope Derek Emma listens, because I think last week was his first week, so I hope he liked it enough to listen again. This week is dedicated to... No, I can't get to it. Is there anything else we need to talk about before?
No, I'm pretty good.
I mean, a lot of political stuff happened this week, but it's not the place for politics.
Yeah.
Alright. So this is a weird week. So Mother's Day is Sunday. Last year for Mother's Day, I did a mom theme. And I did Fountains of Wayne, Stacy's mom versus Dear Mama. Which is, of course, about Tupac's mom, Afeni. I always pronounce it that way. I hope that's right. Well, she died this week at age 69 of a heart attack in her sleep. Very sad. But obviously couldn't quite, I did Dear Mama just 1 year ago, which is an amazing song, so I couldn't do that again. But I decided to still dedicate this week to her and still do a Mother's Day theme. So this week it is Tupac's Unconditional Love, which the first verse is all about his mom. Very similar to Dear Mama. I love it. Beautiful song. And Boyz II Men, A Song for Mom. And Boyz II Men have not been on TRL Friday yet, which I don't know how that slipped up, so very excited. And TJ, you ready?
I'm ready for it. Sorry, I'm learning more about this place. It is called the Irish Whiskey Public House.
Well, it might be new.
I don't know. People said the pretzel bites are dope. I love pretzels.
Oh.
I found out you don't like pretzels.
How do you not know that? I guess you can still learn stuff about each other. I mean, have you ever seen me eat a pretzel?
No.
Think about it.
That's. I mean,
I mean, I like them when they're covered in yogurt or chocolate, or maybe like if I like with like like if it's like a thing where it's like maybe trail mix situation where it's like.
But what's there not to like in a pretzel?
Well, it's
You
just
like chips?
I know, but I don't love the taste of it. So unless I'm starving,
It's
like
just like an edible
I don't like to
container
eat-
for condiments, and you love condiments.
it's not as good. So that's the thing. If I'm dipping it, that's
a good
when
honey
it's
mustard or a hot cheese. Oh
yeah,
my
but
stars.
I wish it were solid like a cracker. You know, I don't mind.
It's chewy. It's fun.
Oh, a soft pretzel. No, I prefer.
Yeah, so I'm only talking about soft pretzels.
I don't like either.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Well, that's
Get
okay.
real.
Okay, so let's get into this. TJ, are you ready? We're gonna put the videos up.
Okay, do it.
Okay, first up, unconditional love.
Don't press. I mean, you cast it first. You know, right?
Well, it says it's casted.
It's not casting.
Damn.
I mean, look at the screen. It's not up.
I think it cast. Let's see. It's gonna start right away. Maybe. I'll let you know, Christina, when it hooks up.
People on Yelp are saying that the food. Someone said it was great. Some people said
Okay,
it's
here
not.
we go. It's starting.
Is your
And so this is he wrote this actually for. I said like Sir Mix-a-Lot, right?
no? You did not say Sir Mix.
Sorry, MC Hammer. He wrote this song for MC Hammer originally. But this was on the Greatest Hits album. This is on, if I'm correct, Volume 1, Track 9. Or it's like, I forget. I think it's like that.
It's so weird what you told me about this video now that I'm watching it.
So video was made in 99 too. This is the second single they released of the Greatest Hits. And they have, the rapper, The Realist, is like actually the one, it's his...
Oh, you mad.
Well, the video has pause, so pause the video if you're watching live.
This is embarrassing for us. It's loading.
Yeah,
I mean, right now is about time when our internet craps out, so fuck you, Comcast.
Yeah.
This is about time. Whenever this happens, I'm just going to quickly go on to the Twitter real quick and cuss out Comcast.
And so he's in a silhouette form, acting like Tupac. He's dressed like Tupac, but it's not Tupac, so it's a little weird. It's like an impersonator in their own damn video. Is there anything I can do to help this, or I just wait?
And definitely don't just wait. But chances are the internet... I mean, the internet might be broken, so we have to reset it, or you can pause the video. But, I mean, certainly staring at it, not the best way to go about fixing it.
What do you recommend I do? Sorry, listeners. Maybe we should pause the recording for a minute for our technical difficulties. I'm going to pause.
Craig, play that technical difficulties theme song.
Okay, and if I press pause, CJ,
Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
Oh, we're back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we just picked up at a spot.
In the same spot, I looked at the thing. It's fine.
All right. Cool.
I got this. So, yeah.
But what you were saying, what we were just talking about. So for the listener, it doesn't feel like it's been a long time, but if it's actually been days since we unpaused this podcast.
Real quick, I want to say the first verse of the song is the one about his mom. So if you're listening to the words, it's pretty similar to what he says in Dear Mama, but
Why do you think that one woman has color in this video and the other ones don't?
maybe it's a Sixth Sense reference. The same year Sixth Sense came out.
I don't understand what that has to do with color.
Okay, in the Sixth Sense, apparently, if you were to go back and you know the twist, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen The Sixth Sense, stop listening. But anytime there's a dead person, like Bruce Willis in the scene,
They're
wearing red, or there's like a big red thing in the room. It's like a tiny, stupid detail, but
That's kind of cool.
yeah.
It's just really weird that it's not really Tupac in the booth rapping. That's just
Plus, there's
really
plenty
strange.
of footage they could have used of Tupac
Well, like,
recording stuff. So
I
it's
bet.
like,
Well, I think it's an effect that's gonna be really weird. I don't know if it's like intentional, but like, and when this came out, probably everyone's like, "Whoa, that's cool." They're doing Tupac, so it's like honoring him, but then like it's like a shadow of him because he couldn't do it himself. But now watching this, you don't know that he's dead when this is released, and you're just like, "Oh, that's just Tupac," and they just won't show his face. That's just weird, isn't it?
I guess.
That's weird. I don't know. Maybe at the end they do like R.I.P. Tupac. I don't know. But it's interesting that This is such a popular effect in the 90s, I feel like, especially in hip-hop, is do black and white videos.
Yeah.
Like gangster, especially like when gangster rap was so popular. I feel like it was like a way for them to make it like an homage to like those, like the classic movies, classic gangster vibe.
I always love the verse with his mom. It's just very sweet. Like, I don't know. It's very similar to Dear Mama. The one we just missed, he said, I just had a baby with the same mom. Like, yeah.
That's a weird sense.
He meant like...
I know what he meant. Still weird.
He didn't necessarily decide to have this
all
song released, so if you think about that,
the
is
posters,
that interesting?
The posters that have red in them, those are in color. So we can only see red, and his posters
maybe
show...
Maybe it represents love.
Or maybe it's for the fucking Bloods.
Yeah.
Is he a Blood or a Crip? Is he either of them?
He was affiliated with...
I feel like he wore
Crips.
a blue headband a lot.
Yeah, he was affiliated with the Crips. Ooh.
That's interesting. She's got a red
that's
bandana.
definitely
This is some gang imagery.
I mean, it's 1999. He's already dead, or I mean, he's already in Cuba. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if Kanye and they're secretly meeting with Tupac.
I
They're in
would
Cuba right
love
now.
for Tupac to be alive. You think Tom DeLonge?
Do you think he'd be pissed about the hologram? That's what we want to talk about. We'll talk about that after.
You think Tom DeLonge is gonna discover that Tupac was taken away by aliens? Is this video over?
You listen to the podcast.
This ended abruptly.
Yeah.
Probably gonna do some video we don't want to see next. Oh, okay, now it's done.
Okay, so now I go here.
Yeah.
We're gonna start
cast.
Boyz II Men.
Real quick, thoughts. Classy video. I didn't think anything particularly
boring,
great.
Though.
I thought it was cool. I liked that some things were just like the red came out in the color, and then I kind of liked the idea of them of like gang illusions. That's interesting. And that's illusion, not illusion. Gangs are real. They're not illusions, but they were alluded to.
Okay, I'm trying, guys.
Cast this tab.
I clicked that like 3 times, so.
Refresh the tab because you had it open when it got dead. Maybe. We're trying.
Things are dead. We should just watch them.
There we go.
No, but it's only on this thing. That's...
Well, and do the little bottom guy.
Okay. There we go. Now the quality's not so good.
Press play now on A Song for Mama by Boyz II Men. Do you think the Boyz II Men are ever going to regret having the Z in their name?
No, never.
I just don't. Oh, this video is definitely trying to be super. Oh, eyeball
perfect
ripple.
Perfect R&B group video. Oh, I love Boyz II Men.
What television sitcom you think was the first one to ever do like the around the kitchen table view? I mean, like Roseanne did it.
But
I don't know if I could. I never liked Roseanne when I was a kid. I always found that they were just too mean to each other.
Me too, but that being said, I watched it all the time.
I never did.
Well, I didn't have a lot of choices, so it was like on. I had to watch it, but
the effects in this video seem well before their time.
Yeah, I mean, this is the cheesy. It reminds me a lot of God Must Have Spent a Little More Time.
I was gonna say that reminded me a lot of that. All the multicultural, and then when there's different moms all over the place. It's weird that shout out to our roommate Amy. Didn't she tell you about this song too? I think.
No, I just thought I didn't think there's a video. I just for some reason I thought this wasn't a single. I know that's weird. I thought it was like a song that wasn't an official single, but that came out. Oh, that boy, he's in everything. Well, he wasn't everything in the '90s. He was in Waiting to Exhale.
I'll have to look again. I love it when this happened a lot with boy bands, even like the R&B boy bands. But when they do these like ensemble ones where they're all singing together. And like, they're all just waving their arms as if they weren't in the same room. Like each one is acting like they're the only ones there. So they just like sing to themselves and they're just like spinning in circles with their arms everywhere. And it's like, you guys are together. Be a group together. Sing together. Barbershop
Quartet.
Quartet.
Supposed to be remembering. Like that's why they look like fucking ghosts.
Yeah, they all look like it looks like somebody died more than like anything.
Yeah. Well, I think that woman in the hospital bed might be dying.
You think these are based on their own childhoods?
I bet not at all.
No. I hope so. I hope one of the children...
Oh, look at little PJ's kind of weird. My kid's too blonde. Well, that definitely
like,
wasn't him when he was little.
He looks like he's albino.
Yeah.
Is this from a movie?
That's what I'm wondering. But
Okay, that kid looks like he has a condition.
he might be albino, but his mom was white.
His mom was very white. Oh,
This
look at
is
these
very bad
asteroids.
quality.
What the graphics on this
pond.
like? I mean, like the graphics I bet were cutting edge, but this looks so bad. It's
like
funny.
97, I think.
Like these graphic parts, like the computer graphic parts look like they should be used in like a demo. This is definitely from a movie. They keep showing these scenes,
Yeah,
like,
let's see.
and all those scenes you don't see the ghost of Boyz II Men, Boys to Ghosts.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, Soul Food, duh.
Okay,
But that's not all from Soul Food, just some of the scenes.
that's even weirder.
Yeah,
that
that's
they mix
why.
in their
That's
own.
why I'm recognizing like
That boy,
I
because that
see
boy
now.
was in movies.
You know, I've seen.
Oh,
Soul
the Earth! They're zooming in.
Okay, I
What
definitely like
is
saw
this?
Soul Food, but like, I
Dude, they filmed this in London? Why?
no, they're probably not actually. There.
That's a pretty good green screen.
Okay, that's why
I think
like
this is-
Vanessa
I think-
Williams is in there.
I think they filmed it in London.
Have you seen? I don't remember, like. I know I've seen Soul Food like when I was little, but I don't remember.
This is like the.
Oh,
This is like.
okay. They just eat dinner together. It's in Soul Food. It's not that one of them owns a restaurant. I made that part up. I need to watch this again.
A lot of tear imagery in this video.
Santina, do you want to watch Soul Food with me soon? Oh, yeah.
I think there's a lot being given away in this movie. Okay, now he's in the bathtub. Don't appear when someone's in a bath. The mom is trying to take a bath.
Yeah,
Get out of
she's
here.
literally- she's not
Rude.
your mom. She's not looking though, to be fair. Maybe she has bubbles. You know?
With the baby, I think. I think that mom was with her baby in the bathtub.
Oh, that sounds
Safe to
cute.
bathe with your baby in the bathtub?
If you don't
Hard
fall
sentence to say.
asleep.
Hard to sentence to say.
You don't fall asleep. Babies are so cute. Don't get me started on how cute babies are. I wanted to hold a baby. It's been too long. Anyone has a baby they need me to hold, hit me up. I'll probably pay you.
A lot of earth tones from Boyz II Men. I don't recognize that Boy to Man. When there's only one of them, do you drop this plural?
Mm?
So like there are
Boys
boys
to
to men,
Man.
but that's a boy to man.
Yeah, like one of the boy to man. I don't know.
One of the boys to men is a boy to man, right? That's got to be the way it works.
know.
Oh, now we gotta stop the next video. This one is just gonna keep playing.
Alright, we'll just
Angela,
mute the TV. Why don't we
Angela,
just mute the TV?
I don't want to watch a babyface video.
Okay, Babyface gave us that beautiful song and lots of other beautiful songs, so I think we should have some respect.
I always get Babyface and the rapper Scarface confused.
Oh.
Is Babyface in a group? Does he come
was
from any
a
group?
prolific writer. But no.
Oh.
I don't think so.
Babyface kind of looks like a rat.
Okay.
Should call him Ratface. Ah, got him, Babyface. Gotcha.
Got him!
So we're 32 minutes in. I think that first, what is your thought? What video do you prefer?
Sometimes I wish I had the insight that a certain Ryan Hike has, because I know he's gonna dissect these videos better than me.
Well, I will say, I wonder how many times Ryan watches them and then he gets to think and then write it, whereas like we have to kind of do it on the spot. Ryan, I know sometimes takes a long time to write those things. So
I like it. I love hearing. His
I like it,
opinion.
but I'm just saying like that's why he has a different.
All right, what are we doing here?
I just
Make
wanted
it
to-
go away. Make it go away. I don't like seeing it.
I
I
thought
don't
this
like
would
seeing the
cover.
bars.
I thought this would cover it up. That's why I opened that. See.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So, without too much time, I was not familiar with either of those songs. I couldn't really hear either of them. I probably just like the Tupac one more because I think Tupac rocks.
You like the song more.
I think so, but I'd have to listen a little closely. But
Yeah.
on like just by the way I was going, I didn't mind the Boyz II Men song. I think the video was fun. I'd like that they went for all the computer graphics. They didn't know that in 5 years or probably 2 that was gonna look so bad. But I thought it was kind of interesting. I thought it was cool that it was pretty subtly using scenes from a movie. They kind of tried to work it in. Like they didn't just do the cop out where they just put a whole bunch of they just try to put a whole bunch of scenes from the movie into the video, and it's like, all right, we'll just have them standing on like in a white room, and then we'll just show like cloudy, like cloud lens, like scenes from a movie. That's a really common movie music video trope. But I thought they went for it. I like that they had multicultural moms. That's cool.
Yeah.
Diversity.
Diversity. Yeah.
They had their curve there, and I like they were all wearing earth tones. I like that because they're kind of like ghosts. So maybe they're like trapped to this earth, but they're also maybe traveling on a meteor through space. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what what
Sci-fi
was following
vibes.
in the ponds. Yeah. So what video are you picking?
Gotta go with Boyz II Men.
Okay, I was gonna say Boyz II Men because I love Unconditional Love. That video is boring, and
Great message in the video.
Song for Mom was a perfect '90s R&B video. It just couldn't have been better. So, my vote goes to Boyz II Men too. I bet that I'm not gonna have the biggest turnout tomorrow, but if you love your mom, you'll vote in TRL Friday. Just saying.
Boom. A vote for TRL Friday is a vote for moms.
I looked on my my old Facebook from last year. Apparently last year I didn't say anything about my mom on Mother's Day, but I posted a picture of Bryce Harper and John Wall, and I said I'm thankful for their moms. Guess they both played well.
Oh, that's right.
A year ago.
We should try not to talk about DC sports when they don't do well.
Well, it was a year ago.
I know, it's
Flashback
not fun.
Friday.
It's not fun.
Happy Throwback Thursday to you, TJ.
It's not even.
Last
for
2 minutes.
2 more minutes.
Yeah, that means we also gotta wrap this up.
Wish we
soon.
could throw back to
Let's talk
earlier.
about because you finally listened to Jason's podcast that I was promoting last week that I have not listened to, and you listened to it today, TJ. You want to say some things you've heard about?
Yeah.
So what is it?
Tom DeLonge from.
That's a name I don't know how to say.
It's actually DeLonge.
That's how I say it, but I don't know.
It's definitely Tom DeLonge. I'm not a strong reader, but luckily his podcast was a lot of talking, and so they said DeLonge. So this guy is a fucking weirdo. He has got some strong convictions, and it sounds. I don't know if it's ever been straight up written in black and white. The way that's portrayed, kind of by, I guess, in the way the Motherboard folks. It was shout out to Motherboard, but this is their podcast. They did a great story on it. But it sounds like the way the story's told is that Tom DeLonge kind of started to distance himself from Blink-182, not like in a mean way, like I got to get away from here. It just sounds like he wanted to devote more time to his passion projects and less time to Blink-182, and eventually Blink-182 was kind of like, you know what, dude, why don't you just go do your thing? You can't put enough time into this band. We got to make new music. We got to get teenagers to try to still like us. And so all of Tom DeLonge's like passion projects are all kind of related. Like even the Angels to Airwaves is kind of silly, and it's about like aliens.
I didn't know that. I guess I only listened to like the 2 songs.
Because his whole thing, like he even said like it's not. I forget what he says. Like it's not. Oh, he even said it in the interview. It's like Angels and Airwaves isn't a band. It's a performance art. No, it's an art piece, something like that. Like that's what he kind of thought. That's what he would kind of think he would say. But at some point, he got incredibly passionate and interested in UFOs and aliens. And he didn't just like the X-Files.
Luckily, he didn't just go to Scientology. That could have happened.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't just like, I like watching X-Files. He started digging and doing a lot of research. And he dug and found more things and made connections and made contacts and found sources, and he started researching.
With MUFON.
Well, I wouldn't say he got involved in MUFON. I mean, now you threw off my entire tangent because this is not part of the story I'm trying to tell.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is he got passionate, did a lot of research, and then this is a while ago he released his plan. But so back to Angels and Airways, sort of about aliens, but it's kind of more about like exploring like the universe and that kind of like making music that's supposed to be like throughout space and whatever, man, whatever, Tom DeLonge. But then he reveals that what's the series? What's the book? It's called Secret Machines. Secret with a K. Secret Machines, and it's a K instead of the C. It's very strange to look at. It looks like a Flemish word or something. But the whole premise of the Secret Machines, the book isn't a Secret Machines book. The Secret Machines is like his whole project that's revolving around him trying to expose and convince the world of that aliens are real, that the United States government and just like the world governments know about them, and that they aren't necessarily lying to us to like not to get us to believe and they're going to use it against us. They're lying to us because they're keeping a secret because they're waiting to reveal it to us when we're ready. And that's the weirdest part about his like interview and came across is he's so pro government. He's not like remotely anti-U.S. government.
I love that.
He's a really strong believer in just like no. The government's actually trying to slowly reveal it to us so that we're ready to accept it and we'll be ready for it.
Democrat, thanks, Tom.
But so part of his Secret Machines is he's going to be writing. He wrote one and released it. 3 fictional books, in addition to a non-fictional book. And I guess the idea with the fictional books is that it's gonna ease us into like believing these things. We'll read a good story and be like, oh, that's interesting. And then when like he like starts to tell us like, well, no, this is the truth part of it. so that we'll be able to have like a basis for like, oh, this is similar to those books you wrote, blah blah blah, but this is real. I don't know about all that stuff. That sounds kind of crazy. But what even better is the books he's writing, the fictional one that came out, the first, I forget what the first book's called, but if you just search for Secret Machines, Tom DeLonge, you'll get it. But he calls it historical fiction, which is fabulous. And from what the two folks from Motherboard, shout out Jason Kebler, he's one of the guys on Motherboard who did this podcast.
He's very connected.
They read the book and they were like, well, fuck, this is incredibly entertaining to read. It's apparently a very fun and thrilling and just like a page turner. The book's almost 700 pages. 700 pages.
That's why I think we should just buy it, because if we get it from the I don't know.
I don't think it'll be on high demand. I need to read this book.
Yeah, but the minute you don't finish it and someone puts it, I don't know. We both need to read it. That's why I think
I currently owe the library like $5.
I think that we both need to read it, so why not buy it? Because two of us need to read it.
Support your local library, guys. Don't forget about books. Check them out.
Yeah, try Hoopla and Overdrive too, because everyone on your phone with your library membership can get Hoopla and Overdrive. Hoopla's like in Netflix. They have movies and albums too, but also books, on-demand audio, and ebooks, and those are like always there. And then Overdrive you check out from the library, but I have both of them on my phone. When I want an audio book, which is why I don't listen to podcasts so much, I check those out.
Can we, tomorrow when we post this, can we put up a Facebook poll in the post that asks people if they think that reading a book and listening to a book count for the same?
We could if I wanted the answer to that, but I don't know if I do. But the other thing is,
what do you fear? Why don't you want to learn the truth?
For the person who hosts TRL Friday, I do not know how to set up a Facebook poll. I'll have to learn how to do that.
Okay. I always accidentally figure out, like, oh, this is how you do polls. But anyway, back to Tom DeLonge. So in addition to the 3 fictional and then nonfiction, he's also going to release a documentary that he's making. And I mean, he claims he has like sources like high up and like super. He talked about like 5-star general, and he talked about a meeting with somebody in maybe it was like the Pentagon or some shit in a diner, and this guy who's talking to Tom is just like,
I'm all in.
It's just like I've seen the body, and Tom was just like, oh my god, that conversation in that diner changed my life. I spent 2 hours just trying to decompress what I learned that night. Which isn't that long of a time, but maybe in a diner it's a long time.
If he's right, and soon Donald Trump's going to start getting security briefings, if they tell Donald Trump about the UFOs, he's going to tell us in a second. He's not going to keep that to himself.
Maybe.
Maybe Donald Trump is how we find out.
Maybe it's going to be an Independence Day situation where they're just going to keep the president on a need-to-know basis.
Yeah. Can't
trust him. It's fair. I mean, they're only going to be around for 8 years at most.
Yeah. So anyway, since we got to... So... I'm all in on him being all in on this, and apparently he mentioned MUFON, which means you should talk about what is MUFON?
I don't even know how I discovered this, and I always forget what it stands for. Let me ask computer. Okay, Google. What does MUFON stand for?
It's like Mutual UFO Network or something.
According to Wikipedia, the Mutual UFO Network is an American-based non-profit organization that investigates cases of alleged UFO sightings. It is one of the oldest and largest civilian UFO investigative organizations in the United States.
Thanks, Google.
Thanks, lady. So, it's funny that it's just American. I thought it was international, because if you follow them on Instagram, MUFON, they post, like, no captions. They post, like, really weird, random alien pictures and, like, clips from movies. And they're never captioned, which I always thought was, like, to appeal to international people.
They're such weird photos.
No language.
It's so weird.
And from following them, I got followed. Did the real UFO Saeed follow you? Because he followed me, and he posts some similar stuff.
But so, like, while Tom is discussing his passion, and it seems pretty clear that he's not bullshitting us. He's not trying to get us to buy all of his stuff, which believe me, you can buy these. You can pre-order and buy these bundles, and it's a ton of money that he's probably going to get rich off of. But he doesn't seem to be doing it just to get rich. He really seems he wants to like tell this story, which is so strange. It is so strange that how much Tom DeLonge is in on it, but I am in on it just as much, Tom. Let's go down this rabbit hole together. But it was cool when he was talking about the things he was researching. Just off the cuff, he just mentions MUFON, and I don't even remember now how we found MUFON. Besides, one day we were being silly and looking for stuff about like UFO and like aliens, and mostly looking for like organizations that deal with UFOs. But we found the MUFON website, and I mean, I saw links to them all over the place, so I figured that's where like weirdos and crazy people go to lie to themselves that this fake website is telling the truth. But if Tom DeLonge, who's studying these things and researching it, is just like, yeah, the MUFON, they're pretty good, they do a pretty good job, then hell, man, that's good enough for me. I'm gonna look into online. You can sign up and you can become a certified MUFON like investigator, and you can join like a local chapter. That's pretty cool. Would it be cool if you ran the MUFON chapter?
Remember we realized the same guy does Virginia, Maryland, and DC, so maybe we could do the training though.
Yeah, I have a feeling like that the training is like complete like super BS, like not even just like here's a PowerPoint, take this quiz. It's just like click here, put in your credit card information, you've been certified. I just don't want it to be. I don't want to just buy my certification. I want to earn it. I want to learn how to be a UFO investigator by MUFON standards.
So can I tell you about my early UFO? I was always interested in weird shit anyway, but when I was little, the Burn Heights Library, which is one room, not part of the library system, didn't have that many interesting books, but they had some on UFOs and stuff, so like I checked them all out over and over again, and when they went out of business, I went and I bought them. So I think I still have them at home, but they were kind of like kids' UFO books. But I ended up watching a lot. I didn't have cable, which I know on TV, like on cable, you have like a lot of UFO stuff on all the time. But I watched almost every UFO documentary that my Blockbuster had because Catherine, Simon, and me would have sleepovers all the time. But she couldn't watch anything that was not G or PG, which didn't leave a lot. So like we realized that all the UFO stuff wasn't rated; it was unrated, so we could get it all. So we would just run all these UFO things. I would watch all of those. Just a little background, but we gotta wrap this up, TJ. It's kind of long, and your girl's tired.
I mean, everyone's tired. It's pretty late.
Well, not everyone. They'll be listening tomorrow. Shout out to The Weeknd, man.
This performing artist. We're huge fans.
He
loves coke and strippers, and who doesn't?
Yeah.
What if The Weeknd was? Here's a twist. Donald Trump comes out and says, "My vice president is The Weeknd," and then Weeknd rolls up with his braids, and he's just like, "Oh man, I'm going to the White House." And then Donald Trump says, "No, I'm talking about Saturday and Sunday, baby," and he nominates 2 days of the week as his vice president.
The first problem I see with that is why would The Weeknd, a Canadian citizen under the age of 35, think he could ever qualify as a vice presidential candidate? It's first mistake.
Are you telling me that Saturday and Sunday are Canadian?
No, The Weeknd, the artist. He's
you got to be
Canadian.
more clear.
Saturday and Sunday are American because we campaigned, I think, the labor unions. And when it says "fuck the union," you thank unions for your fucking weekend.
Unless you are a billionaire or you own a business and you don't like unions, you have been played so hard. Yeah. You are a chump. You are a true fool and sucker. We're getting politics
on here, but yeah, you're a fool.
But more importantly, what country is the first country to have The Weeknd?
I think it was honestly us.
Trick question. You already answered. It's Canada. That's where he's from. See, a lot of wordplay in this podcast. Enjoy it, Craig. Almost as good as puns.
Craig, remember this week we're sponsored by Overdrive and Hoopla, so I don't know if they have commercials, but but also Little Caesars, because I just keep seeing this Little Caesars stuffed crust commercial. It's like on Hulu or something. Oh.
Speaking of which, we should...
Oh my God, they claim they have like half a foot of cheese when you get a stuffed crust one in the pizza, which sounds fat, but
6 inches.
Behold, Little Caesar's deep dish pizza with more cheese. But where did they put it?
In the crust.
Yes, they added over 3.5 feet of cheese right in the crust.
Cheesy crust, they put it in the crust.
It makes something great even better.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. With the cheese in the crust.
Little Caesars stuffed crust deep dish pizza, stuffed with over 3.5 feet of cheese, just $10. Only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Oh.
That's only a half foot. But I think Little Caesars should become a sponsor of the podcast, because I got this app, and whenever you open up the Little Caesars app, you can't order pizza through the Little Caesars app, but it does tell you where a Little Caesars location is, and the menu of that Little Caesars, which, newsflash, is the same goddamn menu at every Little Caesars, because it's Little Caesars.
That's why I love
them.
But
whenever you open up the app, it does this. I love it. Here it comes. You ready?
Pizza.
Ha! I like that.
You wanted anywhere they now?
You know what? I want to know where it is right now. I want to know where my
pizza
is right now. I like that.
Oh, can we get Little Caesars soon?
It's not on my top list, but yeah.
I want to get some soon. Maybe I'll get the guts.
We got Soul today. Shout out Soul. Thank
I
you.
don't know where all the Boyz II Men are right now. It's take too long to look it all up.
What about that boy who was in all those movies, like Waiting to Exhale and Soul Food?
Yeah.
Where's he right now?
I think he's in Light It Up. Maybe not.
I like
He was
Light
in
It
a
Up.
lot of things back then. But Waiting to Exhale's a good movie. Santino, we got a lot to watch.
I saw an old picture on that Gabe Marwell. Shout out Gabe. Gabe, best place in DC, Marwell. Does he listen? Gabe, if you listen to this podcast, let us know. That'd be kind of cool.
I like his
also,
Throwback Thursday picture today. Is that
also,
what you're
just
talking
let
about?
you know that whenever you would try to get someone to rent that room out in the house that you lived in, I wasn't clear if you were renting your own room, like subletting it and you live there, or you just constantly had friends or new people coming in and moving out of the apartment. You always just would list it as the best location in DC. And
it took us forever to find out where that was. So I always wondered where it was.
I think it was U Street. I think that's what we
I
figured out.
found out, but
But
what were you talking about?
But so he shared a picture of like him and all those like his bros. There they are, all of them.
My classmates.
But I mean, where's Dustin Sikiak at? Where's that bottle of Hypnotic?
I see Dustin Sikiak
In
in
person?
person sometimes, and on the internet. He's
I
an
saw him-
Uncle Dustin.
Saw him recently. Had a mustache.
Yeah, we saw him. And also, he's
Were
an
we at
uncle.
a funeral?
I might have been at a funeral.
Whose funeral?
Probably keep him.
Oh.
I
That's
saw
a
him at
downer.
Cornerstone. Uncle Dustin.
No, it
He's
was
an
a Cornerstone.
uncle.
We saw him there.
Oh, yeah, it was before Thanksgiving. He's an uncle. That's all I know. He's on Facebook, man. Mystery solved.
That wasn't a great. Where are they now?
I always think of them afterwards. Like, maybe I should send Craig some later. Apologies.
I got none.
Start of the weekend, I guess. I don't really care that much about your feelings, though.
Damn. Another apology.
He doesn't care about women's feelings or
It's
their
his art.
consent.
It's his art. Don't start censoring my man. It's art.
He dates like a 18-year-old. Like, he dated a girl like second she turned 18. A little shady. He's a lot older.
Legal is legal. You can't crucify a man for
No, it just
following the
makes
law.
me think that they were dating before. It's a pretty picture. I'm not sorry to anyone else, I guess. I don't think we're very offensive today. I think
I'm
it's
not
pretty
sorry
positive.
to Comcast. I tweeted at them a
Yeah,
mean
not
tweet.
sorry to Comcast. All right,
I'll tell you what I said.
That's a wrap, Craig. Next week, Michelle Branch again.
I said at Comcast cares. I said, you are just the absolute worst. How come every night our internet crops out around now? It's funny, it auto-corrected craps to crops. You provide terrible service. Take that, Comcast. No apologies. Craig, play it. Because to us,
Okay, let me
and
do it.
from us to you, we say goodbye.
And I say goodbye to you. Goodbye to everything that I knew. You were the one I hoped, the one thing that I tried to hold on to. But I still get lost in your eyes.